ran Daytona in 1981. It dropped out after, I want to say, 14 or 16 hours. It dropped a valve and it didn't finish, but it went on to win the under 2 liter class in Le Mans in 1981. The opportunity came to buy this particular car. So the Beta Montecarlo, they only made 9 chassis. I was lucky enough to find this particular car with the provenance it had, and as a result, here it is. The condition of the car was in a museum, and we bought it through K-Sport in Italy, and it had been there in a museum for quite a long time. The engine had been freshened maybe 8-9 years ago. The car was generally good. We sent it up to Andy Green in Savannah, and Andy Green went through the car. We changed the fuel cell, we did a brake check, and we just generally went through the car. Aside from that, it was in the wrong livery. This was in a spiraled red and white livery. This particular livery that it's in today is the Le Mans livery, where it won its class in 1981.
Thank God there's people like John around. A lot of these wonderful cars wouldn't exist today if there weren't enthusiasts like him that want to preserve them and they find them and bring them back to life. All you have to do is look at some of the prices these cars are bringing at auction to realize, how valuable they are and how important they are to a lot of people. And the fact that he is so enthusiastic about this and wants to run them on the track and bring them back, I think is wonderful.
We got the car, we were trying to get a lot of period photographs for it, and we ended up doing a lot of the decals off of a model. So we ended up with an exact replica, but it's not a replica, it's the car. This is as this car raced in Le Mans in 1981. So the 24 minutes of Daytona is a heritage running of cars that would have historically ran Daytona. And since this car ran Daytona in 1981, Tim Prendergast from the Rolex Heritage called me up and said, "Are you interested in bringing the car to Daytona?" And I was more than interested, because the chance to run a car on Daytona is pretty good. The chance to run a car that ran Daytona 36 years ago is kind of cool. But what's really, really special is Bill Warner, who's the founder and chairman of Emiliana and Concours d'Elegance, and a really good friend, he actually photographed this car in June of 1981 for Road and Track magazine. So he photographed this car at Daytona in 1981. And what's very cool is I'm gridded next to Bill next Saturday. So you get to run 24 minutes. It's kind of a parade, but there's a little bit of speed. And I gotta tell you, I'm a little nervous about it. The car, whilst it's 450 horsepower, sounds pretty exciting, 450 horsepower, except the first gear is very long, so it's kind of 0 to 70 miles an hour in first gear. It's 1,400 and approximately 25 cc's, so it's a small engine, and you've got a lot of power after the turbo kicks in at about 4,500 RPM. Prior to the turbo kicking in, it's kind of a lawnmower engine, and your grandma's Vespa's driving by, and it's pretty slow. So I think I'll probably start from the back of the grid. But having said that, once it gets up to 4,000 RPM, it's good to go up to about 185 miles an hour. Now, having said that, I will not be driving the car at 185 miles an hour, but it's going to be exciting stuff, and it's the full track and roughly 5 or 6 laps. So altogether, very exciting. It's a great opportunity to involve people in a bygone era of endurance racing. A lot of racing is short, but when you get back to the Daytonas, the Sebrings, the Le Mans, the Nuremberg Ring, that was 24 hours or 12 hours in Sebring. And a car designed to run for 185 miles an hour for 24 hours. I mean, that's some serious endurance, and it tells you a lot about the engineering that went behind the car. A car that's designed to go very, very fast for an hour and a half is a completely different animal.
Welcome to Daytona. Thank you all for being here. I got some really great new cars that have never been here before. John Campion brought a Lancia Beta Montecarlo at the race there in 1981. When I found out he had it, I called him immediately because I've never actually seen one in person myself. This is not a race. This is an exhibition. The object is for all of the people that are here to be able to actually see these cars go around, listen to what they sounded like. A lot of the cars are older than a lot of the people that are here.
Got up at 4 o'clock this morning. Been watching YouTube videos non-stop of how to drive Daytona. and I have no clue. I'm more confused now than I was when I started. I haven't figured it out yet. Don't know if I'm happy, if I'm excited. Don't know if I'm nervous. Don't know what I'm doing here. And started the car a few minutes ago, and wow, a little emotional, and we're not even going anywhere. If I drove as well as the car looks, it would be fantastic. If I drove as well as the car is prepared, it would be fantastic. I gotta tell you, adrenaline. Oh my God. I didn't spin, I didn't crash, I got the car home, car ran flawlessly. Between Andy Green and Ben, what a phenomenal job. The car ran excellent. Now the funny thing about the whole thing is, I've never been on a racetrack in my entire life. Never mind in this thing on Daytona. I'm blown away.